Good afternoon. I'm Vicki Schufer, and I'm out here today harvesting wild roses. The fruit of the rose is a hip, and even in the middle of winter, you can find food, and rose hips are one of those foods that you look for in the winter. And they actually are sweeter after the frost. They bloom in the early spring with fragrant pink flowers that are wonderful to harvest and use in drinks and other desserts. But the fruits grow all through the summer, and then in the fall they start ripening. So as I said, the fruit of the rose is a hip. And when you look at this fruit, you'll notice it has the blossom ends on it. So when I harvest the roses, I remove those blossom ends, and then I dry the rose hips. So dried rose hips, this is nature's vitamin C. And so you can take these dried rose hips, rehydrate them, and then make your jelly, syrup, sauces, whatever you want to do with rose hips. If you want to preserve them, you can make a syrup with them. And to make the syrup, you would take those fresh rose hips, put them in the blender, chop them up, and then you put them on the stove, cover them with water, and you bring it to a gentle boil, and then you reduce it and you simmer them, decoct, for about 20 to 30 minutes. Then you can add honey, if that's your preferred sweetener, or sugar, or whatever sweetener you like to use. And then to preserve them, you cover them with alcohol. In this case, I used Applejack brandy. And the Applejack brandy, one way you can tell how much pectin is in a fruit is to take a teaspoon of the juice and add a tablespoon of alcohol. In this case, it was the Applejack. And when you make a tincture, you put the alcohol, you cover the herb with the alcohol, and then you want to shake it every day or so. So a couple of days later, I went back to shake it, and I realized it had turned to jelly. So that is an indicator of high pectin. What is pectin good for? You think about pectin, it's a gelling agent. It's what's needed in making jello, jelly, jams. So pectin, it's also what used to be in kaopectate, the pectin, which it provides bulk to your stools and it's good for diarrhea. So pectin is a gelling agent. It's good for the digestive system. It's vitamin C. It's good for you. This is food medicine. So grab your clippers. It does have thorns, and these thorns are such they're recurved. You can't go forward. It'll grab you and hang on to you. You have to back out of them. So grab your clippers, get your heavy gloves, head for the briar patch, get your rose hips and enjoy.